In the corners of quiet streets and behind garden gates, there lives a dog with a name heavy with myth. Pitbull. Say it aloud, and you might hear whispers of fear, stories of power, or warnings wrapped in caution. But listen more closely, and you'll hear something else entirely. The loyal heartbeat of a companion who has been misunderstood for far too long. This isn't just a story about a breed, it's a journey into the soul of a dog that has carried the weight of human judgment on its strong, sturdy shoulders. The pit bull is not what the world often thinks. It is more, much more. A pit bull is sculpted like a poem written in muscle, strong jaws, wide chest, and legs that seem to dance with determination. But behind that physical might lies something far more striking: grace. With every step, they carry their legacy with silent strength. Their eyes, deep pools of emotion, reflect a courage that isn't forged in aggression, but in love. They don't walk, they glide like warriors at peace. And when they run, oh, how they run, like lightning with purpose, thunder with gentleness, fire with a leash of kindness. It's a paradox that makes them so breathtaking, the power of a lion housed in the heart of a lapdog. The story of the pit bull begins centuries ago in England, where they were bred from bulldogs and terriers, strong, brave dogs chosen for strength, agility, and loyalty. But as humans often do, we painted them into bloodied arenas, using their strength for sport rather than companionship. They were forced to fight, to survive, to wear masks of ferocity that humans stitched onto them. Yet even then, they loved. Even in the pit, their tails wagged at the sight of their handlers. No matter what was demanded of them, their love never faltered. Isn't that something? To be betrayed by the world and still choose love. Today, the pit bull still carries that same warrior spirit, but now they guard not arenas, but hearts. They become therapy dogs for veterans. They play hide and seek with children in sun-drenched yards. They rest their heads on hospital beds, bringing calm where medicine cannot. Beneath that powerful frame lies a softness that words can hardly capture. They are not the monsters in headlines. They are the guardians in our homes, protectors of dreams, and the warm weight at the foot of our beds. Give a pit bull love, and they will return it tenfold, with loyalty that burns bright and fierce like a lighthouse in stormy seas. What makes a pit bull so lovable is not just their loyalty, but their giant, oversized heart. These dogs don't just love, they adore. They don't just bond, they fuse souls. If you sit beside a pit bull, they won't simply sit back. They will lean against you, press their body into yours, fold themselves around your heart like a warm, living blanket. And if you cry, they will notice. Their tongue will become a brush of comfort, their eyes two calm moons that seem to say, I am here, always. You don't just adopt a pit bull, you earn a shadow, a friend, a living miracle of love in motion. And yet, why do they wear this cloak of danger in the eyes of so many? Why do headlines howl when the word pit bull appears, casting a shadow before even meeting the dog? The truth is simple and sad. Stories sell, and fear sells faster. But the truth, oh, the truth, is buried beneath waves of misinformation. Scientific studies have shown that breed is not a reliable predictor of behavior. In fact, pit bulls pass temperament tests with flying colors, more than many breeds we consider harmless. It is not the breed that's the problem. It is the human at the other end of the leash. The world has painted them in the wrong colors, but those who know them see the true masterpiece underneath. Let's talk about children. So many families fear bringing a pit bull into their homes because of the myths, but talk to those who have, and you'll hear a different story. You'll hear about bedtime snuggles, about goofy playtimes in autumn leaves, about a dog that becomes a child's best friend and silent protector. Pit bulls are incredibly tolerant, gentle, and often incredibly patient. They can endure tail tugs, squeals of laughter, and toddler tantrums with a calmness that rivals even the most saintly of nannies. They're not just good with kids, they are amazing with kids, if raised with love and mutual respect. A pit bull will stay by your side like your own heartbeat. If you move homes, they'll follow. If you lose everything, they'll sleep beside you in the cold. If you face your darkest night, they will not let you face it alone. Their loyalty is not based on convenience, treats, or even routine. It's something deeper, primordial, instinctual, eternal. They will follow you through fire if they must. They do not forget kindness, and they repay it every single day with tail wags, soft eyes, and protective presence. It's the kind of loyalty that brings tears when they're gone, and a glow when they're near. Yes, they smile. And when they do, it's magical. The corners of their mouths curl upwards, their eyes squint with joy, and their tail becomes a metronome of happiness. It's a smile that says, "I love this moment, and I love you." And the more you see that smile, the more you realize how wrong the world has been about them. Because the pit bull doesn't carry hate, it carries joy. It wants to please, to play, to be loved. Its life is built around that one longing, to be loved and to give love. The story of the pit bull is a redemption arc. It's a story of a creature wronged by the world, but rising above it with a grace that humbles even the harshest critic. It's about rising from bloodied pasts into peaceful homes. It's about turning fear into friendship, prejudice into partnership. When you adopt a pit bull, you're not just saving a dog, you're healing a wound in the heart of history. You're writing a new chapter in a story that deserves a far better ending. You've heard of war heroes, of soldiers who never left their comrades behind. But have you heard of Sergeant Stubby? During World War I, an American pit bull type dog became the most decorated war dog in history. He warned soldiers of incoming gas attacks, located wounded men, and even captured a German spy all on his own. Sergeant Stubby didn't wear a uniform, but he wore bravery on his fur and loyalty in his stride. His legacy reminds us that the pit bull is not a villain, but a hero, brave not because of teeth or strength, but because of heart and soul. In the modern home, the pit bull becomes a silent shadow of love. Watch them move through a house, they're never far. Cooking in the kitchen, they're lying behind your feet. Reading on the couch, they're curled into your ribs. Going to bed, they follow like the moon follows the tides. Their world orbits around you. They don't crave space, they crave presence. Not because they're needy, but because they feel everything. Their emotional depth is incredible. They'll notice when your energy changes. They'll pick up when you're quiet or tired or sad. And without saying a word, they'll offer you companionship that speaks louder than anything else ever could. One of the most underrated things about pit bulls, they're hilarious. These dogs are born goofballs. Watch a pit bull play, and you'll see comic timing that would make even the best stand-up comedians jealous. They throw themselves onto couches with dramatic flair. They roll on their backs with their tongue lolling out like they're performing for an invisible audience. They make weird snorting sounds. They chase their tails like it's the most serious mission in the world. And when they know they've made you laugh, they'll do it again and again, because making you happy is their favorite hobby. It's worth noting that pit bull isn't a single breed. It's an umbrella term often used to describe several breeds like the American Pit Bull Terrier, American Staffordshire Terrier, Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and even the American Bully. Sadly, this grouping contributes to confusion and stereotype, but behind the names and labels lies the same loyal heart, the same vibrant soul, and the same longing to be understood. The media may blur lines to lump these breeds into one misunderstood category, but owners know. Every individual pit bull is a masterpiece with its own strokes of personality, energy, and affection. One of the funniest and most heart-melting facts about pit bulls is that they have no idea how strong they are. A 70-pound pit bull will curl up in your lap like it's a chihuahua. They'll try to squeeze into the tiniest corners, climb into baskets, or sit directly on your face just to be closer to you. Their physical strength is matched only by their emotional vulnerability. They don't want to hurt anyone. They want to be held. They don't want to dominate a room. They want to be part of the love in it. Pit bulls are like mirrors. They reflect their environment, their training, their upbringing. In loving hands, they become gentle angels. In cruel hands, any creature can be broken. The truth is that no dog is born violent. Violence is learned, often through neglect, abuse, or desperate need for survival. Pit bulls want to please so badly that if someone teaches them the wrong way, they may obey out of fear or loyalty. But given a second chance, even the most broken pit bull can become a masterpiece of healing. Their ability to bounce back is miraculous. Visit a shelter and you may find a pit bull staring through the cage bars. Not barking, just watching quietly as people pass by, waiting for someone to see their worth. Many of these dogs have been abandoned, forgotten, or surrendered by people who didn't understand them. But take one home, and you'll witness a transformation more beautiful than any sunrise. Their eyes soften, their tails begin to wag, they learn to trust again. And when they finally curl up beside you in peace, you'll feel it in your soul. You didn't just save them, they saved you too. Thankfully, there are people around the world speaking up for pit bulls. Rescue groups, shelters, trainers, and everyday owners sharing the truth about these dogs. They post pictures of their pit bulls cuddling babies, playing with kittens, or hiking gentle trails. They fight breed-specific legislation, challenge stereotypes, and open hearts one story at a time. These advocates are the voices pit bulls cannot raise for themselves. They carry the torch of truth, lighting the path back to understanding and fairness. And every time one more person sees the real pit bull, that torch burns brighter. Let's talk about therapy. Not the kind with a couch, but the kind with 4 legs and a heartbeat. Pit bulls make exceptional emotional support animals and therapy dogs. Their intuition is remarkable. They sense anxiety, sadness, and even panic attacks before they rise. They'll place their head in your lap during your darkest hour. They'll nuzzle your hands when your spirit begins to crack. For people with PTSD, depression, or chronic stress, a pit bull can be an anchor in the storm. Their calmness, their connection, and their constant presence become a rope back to stability. When people meet a pit bull for the first time, they're often surprised. Surprised by how affectionate they are. Surprised by their softness, their politeness, their delicate movements. They expect a storm and meet a summer breeze. They prepare for growls and instead get giggles. There's something magical about watching someone's fear melt away in real time, when a dog they thought they had to fear offers them a paw or a kiss instead. In that moment, myths collapse, and something far more powerful takes root. Truth. Every pit bull deserves a second chance at love, a second chance at life, and every person deserves the chance to meet a pit bull and feel what it's like to be loved with no conditions. Their tail wags like a flag of forgiveness. Their eyes carry the depth of someone who's seen pain but chooses joy anyway. When you give a pit bull a chance, you aren't just changing their life, you're changing yours. You become part of their story, and they become the heart-shaped stamp on your soul that never fades. In the end, the pit bull is not just a breed, it's an experience. It's a love that crashes into your life and never lets go. It's a morning kiss and an evening cuddle. It's a best friend in fur who reads your mood like poetry and stays when others walk away. The pit bull isn't here to be feared. It's here to be felt, to be known, to be given the chance it deserves. And when that chance comes, oh, how they shine!